What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Barbarian Runecasts. I'm Conan Tanner, and today's Runecast forecast is for the next 2 weeks. The moon cycle that started on Sunday at 2 a.m. when the moon was exactly full, and it was a beautiful full moon, and I hope everyone enjoyed it, and goes until the new moon on February 23rd. This is actually my second take for this video because I tripped over we're doing a 3 rune spread. The first rune being the blessings that will be in our world for the next 2 weeks, helping us along. The second rune being the primary challenges that we may face. And the third being the action, the most favorable action for us to take to achieve our goals. And the second rune, the challenges rune, tripped me up. I didn't know what to make of it. And I was just kind of like staring at it. And so I decided to take a break and think about it and then do another video after I'd given it some thought. Also to respect your guys' time because, as entertaining as it is to watch me just stare blankly and I don't know. Maybe that could be another type of video, meditation one or something. But anyways, but I want you guys to know that I would never ever redraw the runes. Like if I do a second take, I only choose the runes once for each moon cycle, and that is sacred, and I will never mess with that. So these are the runes that I drew on the first time. But I wanted to take a step back before I proceeded to do my best to try to weave them together into the Runecast forecast. So the first rune is Awaz, the rune of defense, and that's our blessing. So that means that for the next 2 weeks, we are in a very strong position in our body and in our minds and in our beliefs. And we are well equipped to go out into the world and make things happen. We will be very safe isn't the right word, but confident among others, in crowds, whatnot. Anyone who's watching this video who's drawn to this is going to be at a position of strength for the next 2 weeks. Strong defense, groundedness, centeredness. It's auspicious. It's a nice rune to have in that position. The second rune is the rune of challenges, and this was the one that tripped me up. This rune is Othel. And Othel signifies like the home, the homestead. It also signifies possessions in general. But it's different from Fehu. Fehu is like the possessions rune, which literally it translates to cattle because when the runes were a thing, the Vikings used cattle as kind of like one of their main currencies. So Othel is possessions, but in a slightly different way. And as always, all of this is just take with a grain of salt, and whatever pops in your mind, that's what matters. I'm just trying to inspire thoughts here and help jog your own intuition about what these next 2 weeks are going to be. So Othel as the challenge rune, I feel it has something to do with so in dreams, the house often signifies the self or the psyche. And I feel like that's what this rune signifies. It's the home, but it's like the home of the self, the home of the psyche. And this rune is also equated with journeys with God or breakthroughs, like inner journeys. So I think that's what we're being called. The main challenge for the next 2 weeks is to not take yourself too seriously and not take your things too seriously. Don't be overly attached to material objects and rather focus on what's inside and take that seriously. Your inner self and psyche and mind, and to be at home in that. I think I said take that seriously. I didn't mean be all serious, but I think you should always take everything lightly. I think laughter is way more fun than smiles are more fun than frowns. Laughter is more fun than Mr. Serious Parents, blah blah blah. But so I don't mean serious like that. I mean take notions that you have inside yourself, and especially anything that relates to communicating with source or breaking through with it to a new higher relationship with source is a sacred impulse, and so to pay attention to it and give it credence as if it's like a good friend coming to you with a piece of advice or an idea. Same way you would listen respectfully to your friend, listen respectfully to your own mind. That's what this rune is telling us to do the next 2 weeks. Our primary challenge as well, to achieve the best possible outcome for what we're working towards. Obviously, everyone's working for different things, but these are kind of general, universal, archetypal energies that will help you to attain whatever it is you are working towards. If you're drawn to watching this video, that means that you were drawn to watch this for a reason, because it pertains to you. The third rune, the action rune, is Hagalaz, and that is the rune of hail. And oftentimes this rune is seen as a disruptive force or a delay. My intuition is telling me that that's not what the rune signifies in this particular case, especially in relation to where it is in the 3-rune spread. It's the action rune, and then in light of the other two, which are pretty auspicious in terms of inner growth, I think that it signifies like a positive disruption, like something that has such elemental force that it gets your attention, and you can't ignore it, and it may have some intensity to it, and vibrancy to it, brightness to it. And just like if you're outside and it starts to hail, you pay attention, right? Because you're like, wow, that's crazy, it's hail. And you make sure it doesn't damage, you maybe get some shelter, run for cover so you don't get hurt. But you can appreciate just the raw elemental power of the hail. And I think that's the level of inner epiphany that we are going to be privy to for the next moon cycle. So I see this as a really good 2 weeks for meditation, breath work, yoga, writing down your intentions, maybe creating sigils if you're into chaos magic. Anything that involves connecting your outer self with your inner mind, and connecting your outer goals with your inner drive, and be ready and welcome to possibly like a specific event that really has an impact on you. And that could be anything. That could be someone entering your life, it could be a romantic spark, it could just be like a really beautiful meditation, or it could be a vision or something like that. But something is going to hit you, and you're going to know that it's real, and it matters, and it's helpful, and it shows you information as we all work towards our own personal goals. So thank you so much for joining for this Runecast forecast, and I will see you on the new moon on February 23rd. All right, signing off. It's Conan Tanner and Barbarian Runecasts. See you in 2 weeks.